everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. No bias talk, no racism. We just talk about the sport that we love, man, and we got to talk about this fight right here. All right, I hate this moment. So y'all give me 1 second. Yeah, we back in the game, baby. We got to talk about this fight. You know, Emaunel Navarrete, I don't know how to say his name exactly, okay? But he fought Oscar Valdez. I watched the fight today. Gotta give a shout out to the Mexican Warriors that was out there handling their business. Had Emaunel Morales and Antonio Marco Barrera in the audience. If I'm mistaken, they said they had Chavez out there in the audience too. But it was funny because if I ain't mistaken, Emaunel Morales and Antonio Marco Barrera, they kind of hated each other for some reason. But, you know, they sit ringside and watched the fight. A little bit about the fight from what I saw. You know, I'm wondering, is Oscar Valdez a shot fighter now? You know, or could it be, you know, when you ain't got the roids in your system, when the henna ain't in your system, ain't no telling, you know what I'm saying? When the henna ain't in your system, ain't no telling. You know, some people saying it was from the Shakur Stevenson fight. You know, he's not the same fighter. I don't believe that. You know, I don't believe Shakur Stevenson took anything out of him, you know, even though Shakur did beat him, you know, convincingly. You know, but he was busted for using PEDs. You know, he said he was drinking tea. You know, that's what he said. He was drinking tea. But in the fight, you know, I saw a lot of stuff. I think he could have won it if he, and when I say this, don't take it personally, you know, my Mexican brothers and sisters. If he would have had a black trainer that taught Oscar Valdez fighting the inside and countering off the inside, if Eddie Reynoso, you know, to make it better, so nobody think that was a racist comment. If Eddie Reynoso would have trained him for that fight to be in the inside and catch and shoot, you know, I think Oscar Valdez would have won that fight. He didn't really go to the body. I think if he would have, where was his jab to the body or right hand, straight right hand to the body, that wasn't there. Really wasn't using his jab at all. I think he was more focused on head hunting. He kept trying to land with the hook and kept trying to throw the left hook, and I don't understand him trying to land that left hook because, you know, they said that's the punch that knocked down Navarrete in the last fight. But, you know, that's all he was doing, head hunting, and wasn't creating addition. What he was doing mostly running. Navarrete was really slow. So that's why I was saying if Oscar Valdez would have been standing in the inside a little bit closer, you know, been able to catch a shot, hit him, you know, counter him, he would have been able to probably beat Navarrete. But it didn't work like that. You know, he was fighting off the back foot, doing a lot of movement. You know, Navarrete did have a longer jab. You know, that's what pushed him back a lot. To me, Navarrete looked like 135 pounds in the ring. But, you know, he made the weight at 130. You know, I'm not giving no excuse to Oscar Valdez at all, but I'm just saying he just looked like the bigger fighter to me in the ring that night. And Oscar Valdez really couldn't do nothing. You know, no, he was trying to counterpunch, but he kept throwing the same counterpunch. You know, I seen where I felt that Oscar Valdez should have been throwing the 1-2. You know, throw the jab, because Navarrete would always turn. So throw the jab, come over with the right hand. He wasn't doing anything like that. He's like, he just stood there and, you know, kept trying the same punch over and over. Didn't go to the body for real. You know, he was a taller fighter. So I don't understand why is it that he didn't go and try to stand in front of him and go to the body. You know, Navarrete looked calm the whole fight. You know, he looked composed the whole fight. And it seemed like Oscar Valdez just couldn't get his rhythm together or something. You know, like he just couldn't. I don't know if it was because of the jab. I don't know if it was because of the power of Navarrete, you know, or whatever. But he just seemed like he could never get focused in the fight. And, you know, shout out to Navarrete. You know, he came out on top in that match. And, you know, I like the respect they both gave each other after the fight, you know, as they stood together in the ring. He gave him his hat, you know, Oscar Valdez, you know, I could kind of see Oscar, you know, out of respect, he took the hat, but he didn't really want to take the hat. But I think it's mostly the team. You know, I don't really think Eddie Reynoso is a hell of a trainer, no way. You know, this is a guy who got passed down trainership from his father. And you know, we don't really know too much about what his father knew about boxing. And his father was the one who trained Canelo Alvarez, remember? And we seen what happened to Canelo Alvarez early on in his career, not just by Floyd, Arizona Laura too. And I don't think he's a good trainer. I think Oscar Valdez should, you know, go and look somewhere for another trainer. But like I said, and that didn't, I didn't mean that to be racist or say nothing racist, but you know, most Mexican trainers, in my opinion, they train them for that rock'em sock'em robot style. And you know, I think if Oscar Valdez could have been able to stand in front of Navarrete and been more calm and catch and shoot and dodge and counter and, you know, catch the body shot, uppercut, you know, more things like that, then he would have came out at victorious in the fight. But Navarrete now is calling out Shakur Stevenson. I don't think he really calling out. I think more of the question was asked to him that, you know, he will fight Shakur Stevenson at 130. I'm guessing. I'm sure he ain't saying come up and fight at 135, which, you know, ain't really much of a call out or nothing to say at this point, because Shakur Stevenson ain't finna drop down to 130 to fight him. You know, so that's like any 130 pounder, you know, screaming out there, oh, nobody's scared of Shakur Stevenson. I'll fight Shakur Stevenson. But yeah, he at 135. He ain't finna, for you. You think he finna come down and wait Navarrete and fight you for a title that he had? If I ain't mistaken, didn't he have that title? The WBO and the WBC before he left. So, you know, that's a fight, you know, that, you know, we shouldn't even be expecting or looking for it. You know, ain't nobody looking to see that fight. Shakur is not going down. He got a lot he trying to do. It's people, I respect Navarrete. Let me say that first. If what he's saying is true, he would fight Shakur Stevenson if he came down. You know, I respect that. But he got 135 business. He already got dudes at 135 running from him like hell. You know, we got Isaac Cruz and his daddy sitting up here saying that, oh, Shakur ain't gonna do nothing but run. And this, you know that boy ain't gonna run. We ain't never seen Shakur Stevenson run in the ring. Shakur Stevenson stand right in front of you, beat you up, and make you look bad. So I can understand why Isaac Cruz and them don't wanna do it. You know, because hell, y'all seen what he did to Valdez. Y'all seen what he did to many other fighters. Rob Consequio, however you say his name, Shakur a beast. And like I tell people all the time, Shakur Stevenson over there being trained and, you know, sparring with Bud, man. I mean, ain't too much better sparring partner you can get than Terrence Crawford. So, you know, people seeing that, but they making him more dangerous, because when they wasting time, Shakur ain't doing nothing but growing into that weight. He ain't doing nothing but going to that weight. Right now, Shakur ain't got a fight. Right now, Tank ain't got a fight. So a lot of fighters out there at 135 ain't got a fight right now, but all these so-called killers and, you know, gorillas out there in the boxing game got all these fans that sit up and say that you this and you that because you say they won't fight nobody. Well, Shakur is out there and he's ready to fight anybody that's available. But nobody wants to go his way. We seen Devin Haney run from him. Tank don't want to mention his name right now because he ain't got a fight sign. But as soon as a competitor come out there, say, hey, I want to fight Shakur Stevenson, a date sign, this when we going to hear Tank go, oh, I'll knock Shakur Stevenson out, I'll beat Shakur Stevenson, I'll do this to shoot. Yeah, when he got a fight sign and you got one coming up. But ain't nobody saying that about Tank, though. Because I know for a fact, once Terrence retired the game, it's going to be Shakur Stevenson. It ain't another. Hold up now. I will say I seen this other little fighter at 140. This Richardson boy. I can't remember his first. Tim Richardson. That boy got skills. Now I would love to see him and Shakur face each other. I think they best friends. Dark skinned guy fighting at 140. Last name Richardson. That boy got skills. I seen the highlight of him. I was wondering about him. I was like, I don't never see him in no major fights or nothing. And, you know, I don't know who he with, top rank or whoever, but I'd like to see more Richardson, bro. That boy can fight. What's up with you, Tyrese? That boy got skills. So, you know, I would love to see, but in my opinion, the future is for Shakur Stevenson. I don't see nobody who's gonna be able to beat that boy. Nobody, unless he make a mistake and get unfocused, and get unfocused about boxing, then somebody might have a chance of beating him. But I don't see nobody being able to beat Shakur Stevenson. Nobody. I know people think Devin Haney is not a better fighter than Shakur Stevenson. Trust me, he would have loved to put Shakur Stevenson's name up under his belt if he knew he could beat Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, Richardson. Yeah, I said his name wrong. I'm sorry. I said Tim Richardson. No, his name is Richardson Hutchins. That's his name, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about that. I said his name wrong. But I saw that boy fight, and that boy has major skills. I would love to see possible. And if I'm mistaken, he had 140. So I would love to see him and Teofimo, Devin Haney, many more others try to get that man a shot, because I like the way he fight. I love to see a fighter that has, great skill set, and, you can tell they put their heart and, they time into their craft, and he's one of those fighters, man. I would love to see that with him. But it's Oscar Valdez, is a lot of people saying he washed up on Facebook. A lot of people saying he washed up on Facebook. I don't believe he washed up on Facebook. I don't believe he washed up, but I just think he didn't have that green tea. And when you don't have that green tea, it shows. I can't forget the fighter that he knocked out, devastating knockout. He got caught using steroids after that fight. But that guy was kind of the same height as Navarrete. You see what I'm saying? Didn't have much. The guy he knocked out was supposed to have more power from what it looked like than Navarrete. But when you ain't got that green tea, you ain't Superman no more. So I don't know what to say for Oscar Valdez. Me personally, like I said, I meant this is no disrespect to my Mexican brothers and sisters, but hey, he need to get with him a black trainer. If he would have stood in the inside and been catching and shooting, been more comfortable in that ring, he could have beat him. The guy with Navarrete is too slow. He's slow as hell with them punches. Hey, I ain't in the ring. It may look slow from TV, you know what I'm saying? But from TV, I seen Oscar Valdez could have counted him several times if he would have just stopped throwing the same damn combination. Wasn't using no jab. Wasn't going to the body. Dude, tall as hell than you. Why didn't you try to get in the inside and tear his body up? Or start off, if I was his coach, this is what I would have told Oscar Valdez. I said the first early rounds, if you can't get in the inside with shots to the body, we gonna jab his body to death. I don't give a damn, you gotta hit him in his legs, hit him straight in the pit of his stomach. Every time. You gotta fake, if you wanna fake like you gonna go down, hit him, keep hitting him. So till we drain him. He already slow. Stay composed. Oscar Valdez, like he was nervous the whole fight, like he couldn't get it together. And I was like, man, he looking real bad out here. But Navarrete did what he was supposed to do. That's his job. He wasn't supposed to go out there and lose to him. So, we'll have to see what's next for Navarrete in the future. But calling out and saying that you'll fight Shakur Stevenson and you'll welcome him back at 130 to face you for a title he already had, I don't think so. Shakur ain't going that damn route. Miguel Burchett. Yeah, he KO'd Miguel Burchett. And to me, he was more deadlier than Navarrete. So that goes and shows and proves that PDs make you a better fighter. Because the Oscar Valdez that fought Navarrete, if that Oscar Valdez would have fought Burchell, he'd got knocked out. He'd have got knocked out. And he was upset behind the fact that Julio Cesar Chavez was saying that he was gonna lose. And then he came out, the greats doubted me, this, that, and the other, but the greats ain't know that you was taking that green tea. So I hope the best for Oscar Valdez. I like to see him in the future. I always said that Oscar Valdez could box, but he didn't show none of that night. Last Saturday, this Saturday. No jab. Just kept head hunting. And I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Why you keep head hunting? Go to the body. But I guess, he gonna fight the way he wanna fight. But Eddie Reynoso has never been a good trainer to me. You know, I think he just got credit off the fact that he's Canelo Alvarez's trainer, you know, and Canelo done accomplished a lot in the sport of boxing, but he need to hit up Floyd Mayweather Sr. You know, a lot of people don't like when people say that about it, but I have never seen a trainer that's brought somebody to be a great from the ground up like Floyd Mayweather Sr. You know, if I'm wrong, you know, y'all let me know another trainer that has brought a child from out the cradle and made him one of the greatest fighters of all time. So when I say he need to go holler at Floyd, he need to go holler at Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Sr. I don't know too many about other trainers out there. You know, I ain't gonna say Running Shield. Well, anybody. I just say a black trainer, period, who can show him the inside catching, shooting, and countering, because Ed Reynoso can't show him that. He wasn't showing him that at all. But to Shakur though, Tank got to step up. Tank, I promise y'all, I know what Tank is doing. Tank is waiting to tell us that he finna do an Isaac Cruz rematch. I guarantee y'all that's what they finna have, cause where else can he really run to without having to fight somebody who at least up to par with what his skills at? Then if he do fight him, because these fans out here think Tank is the face of boxing, which he will be the A side in most fights because Tank make a lot of money, you know, pay-per-view sales, this, that, and the other. Not knocking Tank. Tank a black fighter getting that bread. I just talk about boxing. You know, he will be the A side, but how many rehydration clauses you gonna try to pass out, Tank? How many rehydration clauses is you gonna try to pass out, Tank? Is you gonna give somebody a fair fight that's up to par with your skill set? Because he don't do that to every fighter. See, the fighters that they go scout for him, that they cherry pick for him, he know he can knock them out. But when he a little bit worried about you, or you a little bit bigger than him, or he don't do what the greats do, you know, have done. He go and, here go the contract, it's a rehydration clause. But then when you say something about Tank, people get mad. You just saying that about Tank because you a hater, because you this and you that. No, when it comes to boxing, and hold on, also, I should have put Tank name in this too. Floyd Mayweather talking about something. The reason that Tank is not on the pound for pound list is because of him, because he's connected to him. No, that ain't it. That ain't it, because you gave that boy a low risk, high reward resume. That's why he ain't on the pound for pound. That's why he's not fighting Ryan Garcia with rehydration clause at a catch weight. Don't put you on a pound for pound list, Floyd. You know that, Floyd. Stop playing with people's intelligence, Floyd. Do that for them casuals out there. Do that for them. But we know when it comes to real deal boxing, we know why Tank ain't on them. Stop playing. Them weak ass fights he's supposed to win, and you talking about he's supposed to be up on the pound for pound list. No, I'm gonna give him his little pay-per-view stardom, okay? Because that's what y'all made him into, a pay-per-view star, not a legacy fighter. Because remember, like you always say, because your legacy ain't nothing but 49-0. We can't take legacy to the bank. Yeah. But Tank, oh yeah, that's what I'm telling you, 202 down. Tank and Pitbull next. I already know. You know, I'm gonna rematch him because, you know, he just came off a victory, you know, and I want to go out there and prove to the world that, you know, he could never. Tank, we don't give a damn whether he could beat you or not. Nobody want to see that. Remember, Floyd said he can't eat belts a long time ago. Yeah, that's a good excuse. That's a good excuse for not being undisputed. Well, let me say this right here. And a lot of people, I hope people don't take this like I'm hating on Floyd, but you got to be a fool right now to understand that Floyd is 45 years old and still boxing. So all the money ain't still there. See, anybody can just tell you anything. I ain't hating on Floyd. Black man, one of the best fighters I ever seen in my life. But to be 40 something years old, still fighting, that should let y'all know that Floyd ain't got it like that. That Floyd ain't telling y'all he sold a Bugatti and got more money for it than Bugatti And Bugatti don't want to deal with Floyd no more. He ain't telling y'all that, is it? He ain't telling y'all that. See, what billionaires sell cars? Then it's a known fact that Floyd owed the IRS. This ain't me hating. I'm just telling you. So all this, I can't buy belts and this and that. Well, you still didn't go and get your legacy, and you still got to fight from all that money you made. So Floyd could say that all day, it don't mean nothing. Don't all these skyscraper talk, and I got 9 skyscrapers, show us, Floyd. I'm talking about, this ain't no hate, because I don't believe anything nobody just say to me. Just, Floyd, show us. I want to see these 9 skyscrapers you said you got. Because if you got 9 skyscrapers, why are you 45 years old tarnishing your legacy doing fights with John Gotti III? What if you got all this money? Because if I was a billionaire who been boxing and having to train since I was a kid, you think I'd still be fighting at 45 years old and I own 9 skyscrapers? Okay. You know, common sense a motherfucker. Now, I ain't hating. Man got more. His broke ain't my broke. I'm broke. I'm this broke. I got a table. This is my computer room. I got a table full of change. I'm this broke. So his broke ain't my fault. I ain't this fault. Okay. I'm smarter than that. Ain't no way in hell I'd be 45 years old and still training for fights. I ain't that shit. He retired because he said he didn't love the sport no more. Remember? Because he made all the money he was supposed to make. Remember? So what you back for? I ain't hating. I'm just telling the truth. But ain't nobody hating on you on stopping Tank. Reason Tank ain't on the pound for pound at all. Well, he shouldn't be, because you gave him low risk, high reward fights. That's why. I ain't hating. I just tell the truth. I don't care because they black and I ain't the LDBC. I'm not Mr. Old Floyd on goddamn the world. Get the fuck out of here. Don't no fighter love boxing that damn much. Especially a billionaire supposed to be billionaire. If you own 9 scrape, I'm on a bridge. Out on a bridge in San Francisco. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. But did y'all watch the fight? You know, Navarrete. I watched the fight today, and Oscar Valdez. What did y'all think? A lot of people saying that Oscar Valdez is shot. I don't believe he's shot. I just think that he's showing his natural potential. You know, I think he's showing his natural potential. The juice ain't there, the tea ain't there, so, you know, we seeing the real deal Oscar Valdez. You know, you're going to take some wins, you're going to take some losses. You know, that's just how the game goes. But me personally, like I said, and to my Mexican brothers and sisters, I'd love to see him give him a black trainer, because I feel he could have beat Navarrete if he just could have stood in front of him. He ain't even have to do a little shoulder roll, just twist him. Catch, uppercut. You see what I'm saying? Back. Navarrete was right there for plenty openers with them slow punches. You know what I'm saying? Then he coming over, jumping. Soon as I seen him come towards me with that jump, I'd have clocked this at, like, come on. Navarrete just coming in, throwing jumping hooks slow. You know what I'm saying? Uppercut slow. Come on, man, you supposed to have been countering the hell out of him. Moving in angles. He wasn't moving in no angles. He straight head hunting and throwing that left hook. No, man, come on, you need a new trainer, bro. Eddie Reynoso ain't shit. Eddie Reynoso ain't shit. He just got a lot of acknowledgement and acclaim from having Canelo Alvarez over there. Same thing I was telling y'all. Well, a lot of people disagree, you know what I'm saying, with and which I gotta watch the Anthony Joshua fight too to see what it is that Derrick James can show him differently. You know, because he over there with Derrick James, and you know, I don't pick on Derrick James. I just like to see if he was this real deal trainer that everybody claim he is. You know. Because to me, I don't think so. I think he just had a lot of good fighters. Valdez peaked, but Shakur would have outboxed him. Yeah, he ain't finna go down and fight that boy for that WBO title. That don't even make sense for him. So he could beat him up too, and then as soon as he beat him up, say, well, Shakur was bigger. Folks, his folks still don't give him credit for beating up Oscar Valdez. So why would he go back down and beat up on Navarrete and still not get no credit? I want to see what that boy Tank gonna do. All the Tank fans, why y'all ain't screaming for him? Why y'all ain't screaming for him to fight Shakur Stevenson? Everybody want to get this man low ball offers. I'm sure Tank gonna try to give him 20%, or we gonna give you 20% of the fight. See, Shakur has messed himself up really. Shakur has messed himself up really, because now, which I tell y'all, a new way of ducking is them contracts, asking for too much money. That's a new way of ducking. Contracts, low ball contracts, asking for too much money. Those are new forms of ducking. So now he done put it down. He done made a blueprint bad for himself. Well, if anybody don't want to fight Shakur, you know what they're gonna say? We'll give you 20%. We'll give you this, low ball them so they won't take the fight. He should have took, honestly, and I ain't in no other man's pocket. I don't make their money. But in my opinion, when Devin Haney offered him them 25%, he should have just said, I'll take it. He should have took it. Because now it's going to be hell. Tank going to go to him with the same thing. Watch what I tell y'all, which Tank probably going to never go his way, because Tank ain't never fought no southpaws. All the dangerous southpaws or fighters or southpaws who could have gave Tank trouble, he never fought him. Lomachenko, Tevin Farmer, now Shakur Stevenson up there. And I gotta say this. Teofimo Lopez will beat the shit out of Tank. I'm telling you, Teofimo Lopez will whoop Tank ass. And people talking, both of them got power. Teo got power too. I want to see Teo. I really pass on Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis for Teofimo Lopez versus Tank. I want to see that fight bad. I want to see that fight bad. And to be honest with you, I'm loving that Devin Haney holding them belts hostage for a minute. So we ain't got no vacant fights and vacant belt fights, so Tank can just run up and fight anybody and get a belt. Now we gonna keep you running around with that Louis Vuitton belt you got that's making you a so-called champion, and you gonna have to step up and actually fight somebody. But 2 up and 2 down, Isaac Cruz fight coming next. Isaac Cruz fight coming next. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. He could fight a Richard Colemay. He could fight, where Bunny at, man? Bunny made his little money and when it ran on, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Robert Easter Jr.? Where the hell is Bunny? But I think his last fight, he moved up to 140 though, I ain't sure. But, yeah, man, I just want to see Tank show the world without a rehydration clause that he's special. If he showed us he can fight, a great IQ, time, he got great timing. One thing, and he very intelligent in the ring, but Tevin Farmer. He don't want to see Tevin Farmer. Well, I can't say. Tank might beat Tevin Farmer, but Tevin Farmer, that defense, man. And I've been seeing his videos on Instagram on him training, man. That boy looking good. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can see that fight. Tevin Farmer need to come out the woodwork, man. I know he training and stuff, and go back at it. That was a while ago, that attempted robbery. He got shot in his hand. That was a while ago. He came back and went back to the zone and got his bread up. That boy fought about 5 times in 1 year. And he shout out to him, he a business owner now. That dude got about 5, 6, 18 wheelers. He got a trucking company now. He bossed up off the zone when he got all that money from the zone and bossed up. Yeah, Tevin doing his thing as a businessman too. Smart decision, cause he know boxing don't last forever. Boxing don't last forever. Let me go get this money up outside of boxing. Bunny opened up a restaurant. These niggas love going investing in stuff they don't know about. They love going invest the money in this stuff. And he had years to continue fighting. But I guess after he lost to Michael Garcia, you know, isn't that the person? I think Michael Garcia beat Robert Easter Jr., didn't he? You know, he probably felt like, you know, but he had years left for him to go out there and fight. And then as far as talking about Mayweather, man, where that little boy that's supposed to be the next Tank? We ain't heard nothing about. Ain't no more Mayweather promotions, y'all. I mean, I'm just letting y'all know that now. Ain't no such thing as no Mayweather promotions no more. Since Tank left, Badu Jack gone, I feel sorry for them dudes that signed to him. When the next Mayweather promotion fighting? Who gonna Mayweather promotions? Somebody just tell me that. Where Mayweather promotion fighters at? Where is little boy at? They keep talking about the next Tank. We ain't seen him get signed up for no fights, no events, no nothing. So Floyd got people under contract under him, and they can't go nowhere or do nothing. They can't go nowhere and do nothing. No Mayweather promotions no more. I don't know if Tank's still affiliated with Mayweather and them. It look like he is some type of way in business, but he need to still clear Floyd, cause Floyd gonna have you not remembered at all. Not remembered at all as far as legacy. Don't nobody care about pay-per-view numbers, Tank. When we look down in the history in the sport of boxing, folks gonna say, yeah, you was a boy, you ain't gonna never get no credit. Tank ain't gonna never get no credit. I'm telling y'all. Unless we got a lot of fanboys who talk about the history of boxing in the future. Yeah, he'll probably, he sold this and he's gonna be somebody say, what that gotta do with legacy? What that gotta do with legacy? How many world champions has Tank fought? Yeah, I'm going in on Tank for a minute. How many world champions has Tank fought? I'm waiting on y'all to answer. I don't think none. I mean, well, just former world champion Gamboa, washed up Gamboa, gatekeeper Gamboa now. He beat Gamboa. I think that's about it, ain't it? Rehydration clause Mario Barrios. That's 2. Rehydration clause Mario Barrios. Who else now? Brian ain't never had no belts. 30, finna be 30-0. The boy at 140, yeah, Mario Barrios. 2. 2. None black fighter yet. See, I want to get on the Rise podcast one day, and I want them to let me in on their podcast one day, and I just want to ask these questions, because y'all hold Tank up on his pedestal and y'all do all this chit-chatting about him. He indestructible. I just want to ask y'all, when he gonna fight somebody, man? Shakur out there right now. When he gonna really challenge himself to be great? Y'all gotta remember, this is the same fighter that say he got pushed into a championship fight. Floyd done pushed me out to take this fight because they wanted to make you a champion. And let's not talk about how he get laid out. This Russian dude laid him out in sparring. Have y'all heard about the Russian boy who knocked Tank out in sparring and laid him out? Frank Martin, 130. Oh yeah, Frank Martin. Frank Martin at 135. I made a video on that. Y'all go check it out. Frank Martin said he hurt Tank in spar. Yeah, Frank Martin. And got a dude, a trainer, that's out there saying that he was there and he saw it. So it's kind of obvious, and we see why Tank's cherry picking fighters. You know, all this, he'll go back down to 130. Don't nobody want to see you go back down. You did that before. Hold on. Leo Santa Cruz. That's 3. He made Leo Santa Cruz move up. Yeah. Pedraza, Santa Cruz. Yeah. And what's the other boy name? Cellular. Was Cellular champ? Yeah. It ain't hard to believe Tank only looks for one big shot. Man, I'm telling you, Shakur tapped that ass. Teofimo Lopez will tap that ass. Devin Haney, he'll probably knock out Devin Haney. I will say that he'll probably knock out Devin Haney. He ain't gonna offer Devin Haney no fight if Devin Haney stay at 140, because Devin already said Tank better not. He bet not come my way with no damn rehydration clause, because I ain't taking it. And he don't have to. Why? Because as long as Devin Haney got them belts, and I'm not no real fan of Devin Haney like that. Trust me, I'm not that guy for Devin Haney. Long as he got them belts, that is the original king that sit on the throne. All right? I don't care about pay-per-view sales. I don't care about who got the most knockouts. You got to go knock Devin Haney out to be the king at 135, even though he running from Shakur. You know, he running from Shakur, but that's the man you got to beat. And that's just the truth of it. Oh yeah, Floyd set me up. Remember that? I think we all remember that Floyd set me up to lose. Then when he fight Riley, Floyd was betting on Riley to knock him out. Why y'all think Floyd was betting to knock Riley out? Riley to knock him out? Because Floyd don't know what be happening in the gym. Haney a dog. He has a great shot beating Tank. I won't forget watching Leo piece him up. Man, this was already stated as fact now that when Devin Haney was 17, Tank was 21, Adrian Broner and them was there, Devin Haney and them left with the money. That's enough said right there. Devin Haney and them left with the money. Remember, Tank said he got this hit list of fighters he gonna go after. We ain't seen him go after none of them people on that hit list. He only do this talking when he got fight signed. When Tank ain't got have we heard anything about Tank besides talking about Terrence Crawford? Have we heard anything from Tank besides the Terrence Crawford fight? Nobody his weight class. Shakur ain't got a fight signed. They Duck Loma at 132. Yeah. Duck Loma. So, you know, I think Shakur might end up being the next Demetrius Andrade. Elite boxer, and ain't nobody gonna want to fight him. I think Shakur Stevenson is gonna end up being like the next Demetrius Andrade. Ain't nobody gonna want to fight him. Don't nobody want to get in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. And that's sad because the sport, like Terrence Crawford said, man, and this is something I have been telling people, it need to be one belt in every weight class. Just like the UFC is. You want to be a champion, you're going to have to face everybody to get there. Just like it used to be back in the day. One belt for every weight class. Because as long as these belts are out here, we gonna keep having this running and ducking and skipping fights and, oh, this person don't make this, I make more than him, I got more pay-per-views than him. That ain't got nothing to do with boxing, y'all. That ain't got nothing to do with the sport. Oh yeah, I heard that's the fight I want because nobody really respect Devin. I respect Devin. I respect Devin as a fighter. I respect Devin as a fighter, but Devin has showed his flaws. It's already a blueprint out there of how to beat Devin Haney. Take his jab. Take his jab. People have, like I said, we was arguing what they was trying to argue with me about it. In my opinion, which everybody ain't got to agree with it, I think Lomachenko won. Lomachenko, to be a former 130 pounder, you know what I'm saying? Took away his jab, and we really seen what happens when you take away Devin Haney's jab. So I'd like to see, Devin Haney versus Tank, Shakur, but everybody gonna say big fights. We gotta make them big fights. A couple of years down the road, they'll be great big fights. And we don't wanna wait a couple of years. We done had to wait 10 years in all to see some of the great fights we done seen, the Mayweather-Pacquiao, Spence versus Crawford. So now we gonna have to wait 5 years to see Haney versus Stevenson, Gervonta Davis versus Haney, Stevenson versus Davis. We gotta wait 5, 10 years, 7 years for that. We don't want that. It need to be one belt. It need to be one belt. It's looking like Benavidez versus Andrade will happen later this year. Hopefully, because they need to give my boy a shot, man. They need to give my boy a shot. But that was a good fight between Navarrete and Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez need to go back to the drawing board. I think he need, but when you see the racism in boxing, you see the Mexican fighters only want to train with mostly they Mexican trainers. They need to switch it up. Because with the heart that some of these Mexican fighters got, if they went over there and they got a black trainer to teach them, the swiftness, not the swiftness, but the skill set and the slickness of a black fighter, they'll be bad. In my opinion, if Oscar Valdez switch up and go get him a black trainer, he'd be whooping some ass out here. But due to, race and boxing and race of people, people want to stick with who they want to stick with. Yeah, they need some footwork and creating distance. Creating distance. You ain't got to stand in front of each other and just swing and bang. I know that's what sell tickets. I know they call it the Mexican warrior style, but I wouldn't be no Mexican warrior if I was a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, y'all got me fucked up. I'm not finna go out here and just get my head knocked in because a fan want to see it. No. The fans ain't gonna be there when you can't talk. The fans ain't gonna be there when you in a wheelchair or something. Because you got punched in your head too damn much. No. I'll go call me one of them black trainers. Hey man. Say man. I want to learn how to be slick, this head movement, work off angles, all that. Defense. You understand me? I need that defense. I'm trying to be 57 and still can run my business after I box. Talk to my grandkids after I box. But all that rock 'em, sock 'em, and wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. Like Virgil Ortiz can box. He can box from the outside, you know what I'm saying? But I think they need to switch it up. I wouldn't give a damn about what a Mexican fan got to say about me. You talk about me all you want. You can say I ain't a Mexican. Well, them paychecks say I'm a Mexican. My family, who I can talk to, can say I'm a Mexican. And so I ain't worried about all that. Navarrete work rate was too high for Valdez, who was just looking for a big, large counter. Yeah, he kept head hunting. I was like, why do you keep head hunting with that left hook? He went out there and got him. Man, his eye was fucked up. His eye was messed up. But, like I said, I felt like if he could have just stood in the pocket, caught him every time he throw a punch, counter, stood right there in front of him, smothered that jab. It was because look, Navarrete, they kept saying Navarrete leaps in. He jumps in with that jab. He jumps in with that hook. If you stand there in front of him, he probably ain't used. He probably got to throw his punches short and curving. He ain't used to that. You see what I'm saying? He should have been right up on him, smothering him the whole fight. Whack, whack, because he wasn't used to it. Would have been difficult, you know what I'm saying? But I think he would have came out better than the way he looked at the end of that fight. Yeah, uppercuts, things of that nature. We ain't see none of that from Oscar. And that's why we seen Oscar's face and nose flat and his eye damn near this big. But, I think a black trainer would have gave him a better game plan. I think a black trainer would have went out there and gave him more, more ways to win that fight. That's just my opinion of it. That's just my opinion of it, But speaking of Haney, Haney's supposed to be. They talking about they mixing up dates. Regis Prograis saying they trying to cheat him, trying to have him not training right for the fight. In my opinion, I think that when Bill Haney went and scouted Regis Prograis, he looked at a Regis Prograis that was on an off night. He was fighting at home. He was probably a little more nervous, you know what I'm saying? Had a lot more pressure on his back, to win, and didn't do a great job. And I think that they was looking at that. And they went home and watched some tape and looked at Regis Prograis and was like, oh, hell no. Hell to the no. We're going to try to find some way and get out of this, Yeah, we ain't finna just go step up on Reeves. Is dangerous as hell. Now I do give credit. I gotta say this. I think that Devin Haney will outbox him because Regis started boxing late, and knowledge. When you coming up as a kid, you Zab Judah godson. So I think the knowledge that he have, he may come out on top. But if Regis could take that jab and smother Devin Haney, Devin Haney gonna get his ass whooped. If you take away that jab from Devin gonna get beat up. They said the date was the same date as the Fury fight. Well, Devin Haney don't sell much no way. Devin don't sell much no way. So what you think he was gonna do big numbers? Don't nobody really pay attention to Devin Haney. I don't see anything Dana has to worry about with Prograis. Okay. Okay. I respect your opinion, Vic. You know that, baby. I respect that. I see something dangerous with him. Southpaw. Head movement. Now his feet, some people say Regis' feet, and Regis do kind of got like stiff, Even that I don't like Devin. I don't like Devin as a person. I don't like him as a person, no. But he is a great boxer. The boy can fight, but as a person, no, I don't like Devin. And he just faked to me. He just faked to me. But as a fighter, I can go off how I feel about him as a person. But he just fake as hell to me. I don't like Devin. I don't like that. Then he ducking Shakur. Won't get Shakur. Then he ducking Shakur. A lot of people say this and that about Devin Haney, but if he was really that guy, he wouldn't be running from Shakur Stevenson. So I hit him with that jab and wings left. Dana was at, oh yeah, I seen that at Diddy Pool Party. Oh, I seen P. Diddy hug Tank and lift him up off the ground and hug Tank. This is no cap. If y'all think I'm lying, it's this dude named Sean got these videos called Survive and Diddy. If you gonna watch them videos of Survive and Diddy, it's a dude on YouTube. I can't remember which episode it was, because it surprised me when I seen it. This nigga came to Salt Tank, said Javante Davis, grabbed him and lifted him up off the ground, hugging him. I said, I would turn around at PD. I said, let me tell you something, bro. Don't you ever try to lift me up off no ground hugging me, bro. Didn't say nothing to P. Diddy. I said, I'm talking about for real, bro. I don't care. I don't make up no stories. I ain't trying to dog nobody. I'm telling you, go watch. It's a dude named Sean. Go type in YouTube and watch Survive and Did It and watch that episode this dude made. It's in one of the episodes. Because Tank had on a black shirt, all black. It was a long sleeve, if I ain't mistaken. Picked Tank up off the ground. No cap. But hey, y'all, I gotta go and cook. I gotta go fry me some chicken right quick. You know us. We gotta get that chicken, baby. I gotta go make me some fried chicken. I just want to get on here and talk, man, and I'll probably be back on later, find me some more boxing news or something to talk about. So y'all stay tuned to the channel, and we will be back later on probably. Love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all time, for watching the channel, watching little old me, man. And we'll be back probably later on to watch more. Talk about more about the sport of boxing. So y'all be safe out here. Enjoy your Sunday, and we'll be back.